I'm not very good at getting up early in the morning. In fact, it's a bit of a standing joke here at home that I'm useless before my first cup of coffee. But I really like being awake early in the morning. In fact, it's some of the best time there is. This morning, I went out for a solo run because others were all busy with other things, and um, it was a really lovely time. I started in the dark, but as I was running, it began to get lighter and the sun started coming up, and it was truly a glorious time in the morning. And I find as I run on my own that I have time to think and to contemplate really whatever comes up. This morning I was kind of thinking back on my life and wondering, you know, are there things I could have done better? And I think for sure there are. And I find it quite ironic that when we get to this stage in our lives where we have the confidence to know who we are, we're not worried about what other people think of us anymore, or at least I'm not. And I can really just be myself. That's the time when I'm already established and actually on the downhill. And I really wish that I could have had that self-confidence when I was in my 20s, when I really needed it. And isn't it funny how that happens, that you spend your earlier years not really feeling confident about your own ability and your how you are as a person, and will people like you, and for that matter, will women like a man like me? And turns out, in large part, I just missed out on those sorts of things because I was too timid to ask a lady out, and that's probably quite sad, because maybe I could have had some more relationships and better ones. Who knows? But even thinking back on that, I realized that actually we as people are the sum total of what's happened to us in our lives. So if things hadn't gone the way they had when I was younger, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And to be honest, I'm satisfied with where I am. I'm happy with the people around me. And yeah, I don't think that I would like to be somewhere else at this point. So despite all the unpleasant things that have happened earlier on in my life, I wouldn't have got here without those things happening. And if I think of my career, there were some places where I really didn't have a good time, but on reflection, they were preparation for the pressure that I would face later on in my career and be able to handle, because I had been there and faced worse. And so there's nothing like adversity to prove to yourself that you've got what it takes. And maybe that's the whole thing, is that you need a couple of hard knocks in life to really define the person that you are, and to know deep inside that you're good enough and you can. And so if you're young and you're watching this, you can do way more than you think, and you're way stronger than you think, and not necessarily physically, but in your mind. And your body can go further than you think it can. So when things get tough and you think you can't, I bet you can.